to another episode on The Christian Composer. My name is Emmanuel. I'm your host as usual. And today we are dealing with a new subject which I have titled The Victor and the Vector series. It's a series, so we are dealing with part 1 today. The Victor and the Vector series. Okay, so when we were in secondary school, as science students, most science students can relate with what I'm saying. We were taught what we call vector quantities and scalar quantities. Now I'm going to make it simple for those who are not science students, those who don't understand. So vector quantities and scalar quantities. What are vector quantities? Vector quantities are quantities that have magnitude, that is size, weight, mass, and direction. So they have mass and they are moving in a particular direction. It might be the north or the south or the east or the west. So vector quantities have mass and direction. But scalar quantities have mass or magnitude or size or weight, but no direction. So you can see a vector quantity, for instance, you can say a body of 100 kg is traveling maybe 200 meters due north. So you know the mass and then you know the direction of the quantity. This is a parable for us human beings, because human beings are divided into two broad categories. We have vector people and scalar people. How do I mean? You see, every human being on earth has magnitude. As you can see, that vectors and scalars, so that vector quantities and scalar quantities both have magnitude, right? But vector quantities have direction. Scalar quantities have no direction. So we have vector people and scalar people. All right? So now, every human being has magnitude, because when God created the earth, he spoke to himself and said, let us make man in our image, in our own image, after our likeness. All right? And then Genesis 1:26-27, Genesis 1:27 says that, so God made man in his own image created he him, male and female created. So God, and in verse 28, he blessed man with the capacity to be fruitful and multiply and replenish it and subdue. So every human being has been given the natural ability to subdue. That is the capacity, the potential, the magnitude we are talking about. And everybody has it, because everybody has talents, everybody has giftings, everybody has a circle of friends, everybody has potentials, everybody has relationships. Some have even refined themselves to have skills. You have something special, something unique, something you can profit with. That is your magnitude. And every human being on earth, in every country, has magnitude. But then, some people have direction with the magnitude, some don't. So we are going to deal with the scalar people first. The scalar people first. Now, the scalar people are those who have potentials, who have capacity, but have no direction with it. They just live. They don't even know. They just live every day. Let's just leave it as it comes. Let us see how it goes. That is how scalar people operate. Now, the Bible equates scalar people with children, as children. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 14, Ephesians 4 verse 14 says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning. You see, people who are scalar quantities or scalar people, because they don't have direction, anywhere looks like the destination, and so they are easily deceived, easily blown about, easily hijacked, easily put into another man's business, because they have no direction of their own. So anyone who has direction will hire them, put them here, and so they are easily blown about by every wind of doctrine. And because of that, the Bible equates them with children, as children. And as children, what are their characteristics? One, they are easily deceived. Anyone will come and say, oh, this is the truth, this is the fact, and twist the Bible and give them philosophical teachings and give them scientific findings and give them all kinds of theories, and they swallow it hook, line, and sinker. and they say, oh, this is how we came about. Oh, we came about from monkeys. Oh, we came about from an explosion. And yeah, this is what scientists say. And by the way, I'm a scientist, all right? So I'm not saying it from an ignorant standpoint. So scalar people are easily deceived. They don't search out things for themselves. They don't investigate the truth in things. Another quality of scalar people is they are easily influenced. Every fad, every trend, they want to get it. A new gadget is out tomorrow, they want to get it. A new piece of clothing is trending in the market, they want to buy it. A new car is out there, they want to buy it. They have forgotten that there were cars 100 years ago, and people bought cars. They did everything to buy cars. Where are the cars today? Where are the shoes you bought 5 years ago? Where are the gadgets that were raining 10 years ago? So scalar people, they easily jump on every trend. There are people that they can't even afford these things, but because it's in vogue, they just want to stay in vogue. They borrow money to buy gadgets. They sell their bodies to buy ephemeral things. These are scalar people. They have no direction for their lives. And so anything looks like the in thing, they just jump on it. So, next, we have emphasized that they have no purpose, no direction for their lives. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, it says, my people are gone into captivity because they have knowledge. They have gone into captivity. That is, they are like slaves, they are like servants. And remember, the Bible says that the child does not differ from a servant when he's a child. The son does not differ from a servant when he's a child. So children they have no purpose for their lives. They just want to live a carefree life. They want to have fun. They want to play. They don't care about going to work tomorrow. The parents have everything to do for them. And who are the parents? Society, fads, trends. That's the parent of the scalar quantity, the scalar person. Next, they are not mature enough for deep things. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12. They are not mature enough for deep things. According to the Hebrews 5:13, it says that those who are children, they can't eat solid food. Solid food is heavy instructions, discipline. They can't stand adversity. They are not mature enough for deep things. And again, they cannot stand adversity. Proverbs chapter 24 verse 10. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So, scalar people are people that have no direction for their lives, are easily influenced by trends, are easily deceived, do not search out things for themselves. They cannot stand adversity. They cannot withstand heavy things, heavy instructions. Those are scalar people. Next, scalar people are unaware of their potential. The Bible says that man that is in honor, that understandeth not, is like the beasts that perish. So scalar people just live and die like animals. How do animals live? Let's just eat, let's just play, let's just procreate and die. That's how a scalar person thinks. So man that is in honor, the honor is the capacity you carry, the potential you can exude, and does not understand, just dies like an animal. Next, they are selfish. They only think about number one. They think about themselves. They don't concern themselves with projects involving other people's benefit. As I said earlier, they only think about they don't care about any special plan, any grand plan. They don't care about those things. They only care about how they are going to survive, how they are going to have fun. That's how a scalar person lives. All right? Romans chapter 15 verse 1. It says, we that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. That is, those who are strong bear the infirmities of the weak. Those who are weak don't bear nobody's infirmities. They bear their own infirmities, and that's it. They please themselves. Romans chapter 15 verse 1. If it will not benefit them, just count them out of it. So now the question is, should you associate yourself with scalar people?